Hi, how y'all doing? Zach Clayton, Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and the Pack Channels. Happy Red Friday. Just to let you guys know, here in the next couple weeks, you guys are going to be seeing a lot about Red Friday because October 26th is Day of the Deployed. Red Friday, remember everyone deployed. Remember everybody deployed, however you wish to say it, but it is RED, Red Fridays. Please do not participate in any NFL BS about Orange Friday here in Colorado, Blue Friday in Seattle. No, it is Red Friday. Make sure that you stand up and you appreciate what needs to be appreciated, and that is the boys and girls, men and women who raise their right hand and are taking time away from their families every day of the year because they're over protecting our way of life. So Red Friday, if you go on to the Community Pay It Forward shop or Mall in One, you're going to see this year's Red Friday shirts. You can order them from there. You order them, they get shipped directly to you. We get a small portion of every sale. And as always, you tell us where you want a portion of that donation to go. So anything that comes back to us goes to someone else. Remember that. So, hey, we're going to continue and we're going to finish up our wine events of the past. We're going to introduce the ones that are still left. And this is going to be kind of a little bit of a different show because, well, we've got kind of in a little bit of a time constraint. And instead of it only being 1 hour this time, it's going to be a little bit longer. I don't know exactly how long it's going to be, but we do have the Rev coming up at 3 o'clock today, Mountain Time, 5 o'clock Eastern. So the Rev is back on live, and we're going to get the information to you and get out of the way for that great man to come in and help us all enjoy our Friday afternoon. Please make sure that you get a hold of the Goddess of the Grape. Right here is her LinkTree. Stephanie Samos is one of my dearest friends in the world because what does she do? She sells wine. Always a good thing. But every wine bottle she sells goes to two different causes. The wine of your choice and the One Hope Wines Foundation, which helps with so many different things. Please make sure that you go to One Hope Wines. Go to Stephanie's LinkTree, go to her website, which is a One Hope Wines website, and you can see everything that One Hope Wines Foundation does. It's amazing that they put out this quality of wine, and when they put out this quality of wine, they're saying, you know what, we don't want to just give to one, we want to give to two organizations, which is just so fantastic. So we will be back on our regular thing beginning in October. We're going to be adding 2 more names to this program that we've started. And so we're happy to have you along with this. We're going to be talking about the Marie Barney Boston Foundation. First off today, we are going to be showing 2 videos. And what we're going to do is we're going to show the wine videos themselves. So the introduction, and we're going to let them introduce their programs themselves. Marie Barney Boston Foundation. I've said it before. I'll say it again. You listen to this lady talk, and you cannot help but to smile. Beautiful, beautiful woman. Beautiful, beautiful story. She's carrying on her mother's ambition to help educate children. She got her doctorate, and she said, you know what? We're going to do this. We're going to continue what Mom started, and we're going to keep it going. We're just going to do it bigger, better, and more important. One other thing, they are a community pay it forward mission partner. So anytime you make a purchase, you download this form right here. You can add Marie Barney Boston to your phone. Anytime you make a purchase with one of our wonderful partners, you can donate to this program. This program gives kids a chance, gives forgotten kids a chance. And that's a wonderful thing because, one, we just can't forget our kids, okay? Our kids are our future. Sometimes, as scary as that sounds, it is true. But, the truth is if we don't give the kids a chance, well, we can't give the kids a future. So let's work together to make this happen. What they do is they pick a couple kids every year and they give them full ride scholarships, not just to colleges, to trade schools, to education, to billing trainings, stuff like that. It's not. Look, college isn't for everybody. We know this. Not everybody's went to college. Not every successful person has stepped in the hollowed halls of college institutions. Sometimes different paths are taken. So, while they enjoy sending kids to college, that's not the only thing that they do. They can send them to other institutions of learning. I went to a truck driving school. A lot of hard work. It really was. Short time of training, but you know what? I've got bills because of that. I got long, expensive bills because of that training. So Marie Barney Boston can help our next generation of truck drivers. That may not seem like much to you, but you think about it. I want you to look in front of you right now. I'll guarantee you there's something on your desk that is brought to you by truck drivers. Okay? Candles, microphones, everything on my desk was brought to me courtesy of a truck driver. So just remember that. So we're going to be talking to Dr. Brenda from Marie Barney Boston Foundation, and you're going to learn more about what she does. Then we're going to slip over to last month, and we're going to be talking to a couple in have some great things going on. Nancy's House, which is having an event coming up the beginning or starting next week, and it's for caregivers of people with PTSD and brain injuries. This is extremely important to me because I've had a brain injury. So if you would like more information about this, please give me an email or a text message. Send me a text message, 970-909-0751, 970-909-0751. We will get you in contact with the people. They have 5 spots left for this wonderful training. Once again, dealing with people with head issues. And you're going to learn this from Shane, who is part of Reboot VA. Dealing with people with head injuries is a lot different than dealing with other injuries, okay? Once again, something I can tell you because I live it every day. There are days I wake up, I'm feeling pretty good today. I'll admit, feeling pretty darn good today. I have allergy issues, but that's seasonal allergies. My grass is being mowed right now, so that's going to really mess things up for me. When I come back on to finish out this recording, I might be all eye puffed out and possibility it just might happen. But treating people with head injuries, it's not like a broken arm. You can't just slap a cast on it and say, all good, you're fixed. 6 to 8 weeks, you're going to be able to do everything you want. The brain is a tricky organ. The brain is the most sensitive organ you've got. Okay? There is no way to fix the brain. The brain either heals itself or it doesn't. When it doesn't, it's trying on everyone. Caretakers who take care of people with brain injuries are some of the most patient people in the world because you don't know who you're going to take care of. I will just I'll put it in this way. Adrian, I have these I have my Zach is me's, okay? You don't know if you're going to be dealing with goofy Zach is me, if you're going to be dealing with pissed off Zach is me, if you're going to be dealing with depressed Zach is me, if confused Zach is me is in the house, or if it's just Zach is me. You never know until the day. And there could be 3 of those individuals who show up in one day. Don't get me wrong, it's not something that you can really plan your day out. It's one of the reasons why a lot of us people with head injuries go into business for ourselves, because I've told people many, many times, I went to work for the biggest jerk in the world because I knew I couldn't go out and get a real man's job. So I went to work for the guy that I know has the least amount of tolerance for people who miss work, because there are times I have to miss work. Granted, a lot of times I talk myself into working because I should be working when I really should not be working. So it's just really kind of one of those things that I beg of you, if you are a caregiver for somebody with a head injury, please, let's get a hold of Nancy's house. They've got 5 spots left. This is something very, very important for you to check out. Once again, this is going next week. It's a virtual event, so they still have 5 spots available. So get in on that. I would also like to tell you about Nicole Porter. She's got an event coming up on the 20th. And this is a women's conference, a women's business conference. So all you females out there, all you males out there, I learned that this is not something exclusive to women. This is also a conference this is just a conference where women in the business world are speaking. So men, don't be afraid. Listen to the women. You might learn something. We know as men, we need to learn things. All right. And if we can get into the mind of women at any point in time, we've learned something really good. So let's make sure that we try to pay attention to this. If you need any more information on that, Monami's social media is Nicole Porter's business. You want to learn some more about her great business and how she can take up your business to the next level, you need to get a hold of her. She's in Cape Cod. We had our meeting yesterday. It was our second meeting, and she told me about her former job, and it just broke my heart because she was a chocolatier. She's my hero. She is my hero. I asked her, how could you give up such a glorious, glorious job? And she gave me reasons, and I told her, it's not an excuse. It's a glorious job. You're damn near godlike in my eyes as a chocolatier. And she made chocolate ice cream. Come on. Nothing is better than those 2 jobs right there. I just can't imagine anything being more important than that. Some may say that being a parent is, it's the food of gods. Actually, the Aztecs really did believe that chocolate was the food of God. So that's right. I'll bring science into this. Anyway, get a hold of Nicole Porter for her event on the 20th, which is all about women in business. So once again, the first video we're going to watch is Dr. Brenda from the Marie Barney Boston Scholarship Foundation. Look, if you're having a bad day, stop what you're doing. Because I'm going to tell you right now, your day is about ready to get a hell of a lot better. Before we get on with this video, though, I want to talk to you about this wonderful thing that we got going on. It's called the finally 5th annual Chili Cook-Off and Toy Drive here in Colorado. Hey, businesses, you ever want to get in front of people, have a lot of fun, raise some money for kids in the hospital, and talk to people? Sponsor us, because with the gold or platinum sponsorship, you can be the dealer of a table through a hand of poker. And that means you have exclusive access to these people, and you can talk to these people, and you can tell them what you do. They say, you know what? I met this amazing person at a poker tournament. They told us about what they do. You said that you need a mechanic. Come and meet Phil from Phil Automotive. That's right. Phil's is our first gold sponsor. He's going to be there. He's going to be dealing for us. So it's going to be a good time. Phil is one of our great partners. So remember, anytime that you use Phil's Automotive, turn in that receipt. When you turn in that receipt, Phil's is going to donate a portion to the mission partner of your choice. So here's more information about finally the annual Chili Cook-Off Toy Drive, and now Texas Hold'em. Hello, everyone. It's Wednesday, Eastern, 5 o'clock here in the mountains. So that must mean it's time for Packed. We are back at it today, as you saw our little disclaimer. We're about ready to start rocking our wine event for July, and tipping the Maria Barney Boston Scholarship Foundation. So we're going to be joined by Dr. Brenda, great friend of mine. You guys have seen her before. I've had her on here before, on a couple of our podcasts before. She's a great friend. She's so enlightening, so exciting, and so energetic, and it's just enthusiastic. And of course, we've got our dear friend, the goddess of the grapes, Stephanie Samos. We're being produced by Emily Golmer and Sarah Goodell. So we're all hands on deck. We're waiting to see if we're going to get one more cause on. Hopefully we get them on, and if we do, we'll bring that to your attention. Hey, we've had a little bit of a change up on rebuilding the happy place, or rediscovering the happy place. Things were not rolling like I really wanted them to, so we're going to continue with the mission. Our mission is to save lives every day. We need to save lives every day. To do that, we need to start having the conversation. We're still going to be interviewing people who deal with mental illness. We're still going to be talking to individuals who have went through trouble. We're still going to be doing everything we can to start this conversation. And most of it, we are still going to be working on the Stand Up Center. And so your donations are needed. And if you can join us, we beg you to please make sure that you join us. You can do this by visiting our website and going to the donation button, or you can find the jot form for the donation for rediscovering the happy place. So we have our apps out. Okay, they're out all over the place. You can find our Mission Partner app right here. You just go to that URL, and all of our wonderful mission partners are on there, like Dr. Brenda and Marie Barney Boston, and so many others that you have met on here. And we're hoping that that keeps growing, because the more we keep helping, the better we can do. 80% of our profits are allocated to the communities in need. With a few clicks, You can make a difference in your community just by shopping. All you got to do is go onto that app right there, click on to the partners, find the partner that suits you, and then go down and find out who you want to support. Very simple, very easy. And let's be honest, this is making your purchases mean so much more. Every purchase can mean somebody else handing somebody a way to stand up and stand out. You can go to our website, communitypayitforward.us, to stay up with everything that's going on. We'll be adding some new partners here in the next day or two. We've got a couple who are we're excited to have joining us, and as soon as we get everything in order, we're going to be announcing those to you. We're always looking for new partners. If you sell, offer anything, any service that can be that can be monetized, and you're willing to give us a referral award, we turn that referral award into a donation to the public. Once again, like we've been talking about Marie Barney Boston Scholarship Foundation. What did they do? They help kids further their education, not particularly in college, help them further their education, because some kids just don't see college as what they want to do. Maybe they want to go to a tech school. Maybe they want to go to something else. But you're going to learn more about that here in a minute, because like I said, she's one of my dearest, and I just love talking to her. You can get a hold of me at networking@communitypayitforward.us, networking@communitypayitforward.us, or give me a call at 970-909-071, 970-909-0751. We're going to get started on this, and hopefully we're going to have one more person joining us. But right now, we're just going to bring up the goddess of the grape, Miss Stephanie Samos. How you doing, my dear?
I'm doing well. How are you, Zach?
Whew. Been an interesting day of kind of bouncing all around and doing all different kinds of things. How are you? You just got off another call, so I know you're kind of the same way.
It's been a fun start to July, I'll say that. But I hope everybody out there watching had a wonderful 4th of July and a great long holiday weekend. How was yours, Zach? Did you have a good weekend?
It was good. I had our foster came and stayed with me for over the weekend, which was great. Got to take and watch him as his sister, in which I want to take a moment, and I want to congratulate Julie and her family for bringing in a little baby boy this morning. 3 pounds, 4 ounces. He is a super preemie. So I beg everyone out, please, please, please keep Julie and Xander in your thoughts, because they need him. They need him. The little guy is going to be fighting for his life, but you know what? He's here. He's healthy. And if he had any parent in the world, Julie's the greatest person in the world. Julie, she's been helping kids in as a sanctuary house. So Julie's very wonderful. She's taken in babies who have been abused and other things. So, if there's a mom who can handle it, this kid lucked out. This kid got the mom of the year. So, but congratulations, Julie. You're a dear friend.
Congratulations, Julie.
So, all right, Stephanie, we are here in July. Do you want to give us just a little bit of a post view of how we did last month?
Oh my goodness. So last month we heard from Veterans Honoring Veterans. We heard from the Lucas Project. I mean, I know that was a moving show. Myself, personally, I was holding back tears the whole time. Lots of great shares there. Did really well. I actually have to reconnect with Bart. So we'll talk about that. But if you guys are new here and just watching us for the first time, I'll introduce myself, because you're probably like, who is, I can't even say this, the goddess of the grapes. This makes me laugh.
Yeah, they're sitting there going, wait, there's somebody attractive on there, and it's definitely not Zach. So let's go with that.
So if you're watching for the first time, my name is Stephanie Simoes. I am a cause entrepreneur with One Hope Wine. We are an award-winning Napa Valley winery that gives back with every single bottle of wine. So we've donated over $8.2 million to date. And what I love is that we can give back to our charities of choice, which I'm going to share even more about a little bit later on in the show. But what I do, yeah, I cannot wait with these announcements today. We're not talking about specific wines today. I want to share all the really fun announcements with. But what I do is I specialize in fundraising, gifting, private wine events, and wine delivery. I cannot wait to hear from, the Scholarship Foundation. I can't wait to hear more about what that's about. And truly, Zach, this partnership has been amazing. We have a really similar mission with the give back and what we do year round. That, what is this? Our fourth month? I don't know. I think it's our fourth month, right? It's our fourth month, and it just keeps going. And it's great to connect with these different causes because they all have kind of a different focus. Like we've had a few on for veterans, right? And they all have a different angle and approach with their support. So it's really great to just hear from the different organizations every month.
It is so great to be able to bring all of these missions that, few people have heard of, but we all need to support them because they do wonderful things. So in saying that, I don't want to keep her in the green room anymore because I couldn't talk to her prior to the show. So I am proud to bring you one of my very dear friends, Dr. Brenda Boston Hudson. Hello, Doc. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you guys
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Spinny. Heard a lot about you.
Can't wait to hear more. I'm excited. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to tell you about our mission and what we do for these young people and where we are and what our needs are. So I'll join in when you're ready.
You know what, Doc? The show is going to be yours here, and I just want you to do me a favor. Why don't you tell us exactly what is the Marie Barney Boston Scholarship Foundation? Can you tell us your mother started this and you're keeping her mission alive? Why don't you go on ahead and tell us why your mom started this and tell us this one. I love this story, so I'm excited to hear it again.
Well, my mom is Dr. Marie Barney Boston. As you can see, that's who we are, the Dr. Marie Barney Boston Scholarship Foundation. Mom was an educator. She was an avid educator. She was an advocate for education. All we know is education. I retired from the state of New York, came back home here in Jacksonville, Florida, to actually take care of mom and dad in 2015. I needed something to keep them busy while I was completing my doctorate degree in clinical practice. So mom pulled this team. She actually got the legalities. She ran the foundation actually for a couple of years before both of them passed away in August of 2019. I picked up the baton to continue her legacy of educating young people from many communities. These are underserved, under-resourced, underprivileged young people that really wants to go to college but don't have the tools, the resources to get there and to remain there. So our mission is to assist them financially. So what do we have to do? We have to raise funds. And that's what the foundation does. There's multiple fundraisers throughout the year. We're constantly getting donors, getting corporate sponsorship, delving into DAFs, Those are donor advised funds. So I'm glad to partner with Zach and his organization and to continue meeting folks such as yourself, Stephanie, so that we can help the foundation grow and send more students to college, because those are our futures. And they will continue when we're gone. So that's what the Marie Barney Boston Scholarship Foundation does.
Okay, Stephanie, I'm just going to ask you this question. I told you, aren't you energized? When she speaks, you just feel it through your bones. I mean, you really do. She's such a great speaker. She's got so much energy. So,
Thank you, Zach.
I love what you're doing.
Yeah.
Let me just say that I love that. And it's true. Not everybody has access to the resources. So that's just amazing. You know, are there certain events that you put on sometimes in order to kind of get the community together and rally for these scholarships?
Yes, we do. We've partnered with schools. We've partnered with the Chamber of Commerce, with the state of Colorado. We applied to the state of Colorado. We received our solicitation contribution registration number. So anyone around the U.S. can look for us on their charity directory and see that we're legit and what we're doing to send these young folks off to school and to them while they're there, and to keep them there until they walk across that stage.
I love that.
And as I mentioned before, Doc, it doesn't have to be a school. It can be a trade school, correct?
That is correct. Vocational certificates are certainly available. We've partnered with ProTrain out of not with Google. Our Google is always looking for these youngsters that are high tech and can certainly take them to the next level. So yeah, we do offer those vocational certificates as well.
That to me is so important, because of the fact not every child, and you know, let's just say this, you know, there are times that kids are growing up a lot faster nowadays.
Yes.
Kids are becoming adults because of decisions made a lot earlier. Kids are forced into adulthood quite a bit earlier because of time for a full school schedule. And what you're doing is still offering them not just hope, but a chance at life that's
Absolutely.
never been there before.
Absolutely.
What are some of, why don't you do me a huge favor and give me one of your success stories? What is one of your favorite success stories?
This year, 2022, the recipients in the 2019 class graduated. There were 2 successful graduates out of the 3 that we sponsored. That brought chills to my body, because we were there for them. We encouraged them. We inspired them. We visited them. Not only did we send them the financial resources, but we become family when they become recipients of the Marie Barney Boston.
That's fantastic. What are some of the things that people can really help you out? I always say this: we know Cat King, things that you guys could use and to help mentor some of these kids.
Are a few things. We have not only anyone, and you know, that's all we do now. We shop online.
Yep.
actually put the Marie Bonnie Boston Scholarship Foundation. They're located in the charity list, and any purchases you make with Amazon Smile, a portion of those profits come to the foundation directly into the foundation's checking account. That's one resource. We're always looking for not only donors, and I'll certainly give you that website that I see listed there on the bottom of the page, www.mariebbsf.org. All of our information is there. You can donate on the donate button on the web page. My goodness, we're always in need of board members. We're always in need of volunteers to assist with those activities that we put on during the year. And just being a part of the foundation certainly allows you to become a part of that family that want to continue to give back the way that our community gave to us. You know, we had family support growing up. A lot of these youngsters don't have that support anymore. So we provide that as a part of our mentoring program. That's a large part of it. They have to keep up with us monthly. We keep up with them quarterly, and we all come together and interact. Before they even come into the program, they're interviewed. Not only is they selected, but we have to know who we're dealing with. And of course, they know who they're dealing with. And they sign an agreement with us that they will allow us to mentor them. It's just not free money and you run away. We actually are there for them. And the results are phenomenal. You know, there are data that we actually garner, and that data allows us, and it drives that action. What else are we going to do? Or what changes, what improvements that we're making over the years? So yeah, it keeps us very busy. That's my passion right now. It's not that I left the medical field altogether, but right now my mission is these young people.
Okay, well, you can tell your hubby back there. I believe that's him. He didn't get away from the camera. So tell him that was a nice attempt to sneak through there, but we got you, buddy. So that was a nice.
Don't feel bad. That happens to my husband all the time.
But it was nice to finally meet him. So hey, yeah, how's it going?
And you know, he's my right arm. He's right there with us, you know. Well,
you know, I'm glad to know that he's there, because I know that you put so much into this, and like I've said before, you know, you're so energetic, and I love having any conversation with you. Doc, when you're talking to a kid, to a child, what are some of the reasons why, and the reason I'm asking this question is, there are some kids out there who are listening right now that maybe they're sitting there going, okay, well, they help this, but do they help this situation? Maybe we have a young lady who has had a child, and it's harder for her to attend classes and stuff like that. You guys really want to make sure that youngster not only continues their education, but you guys are there to help, as you say, mentor them and make things easier for them to make this hard adjustment, because life is different after a child.
Life is different after a child. I will be totally honest with the listening audience that there have not been, in the 5 years that we've been in existence, there have not been anyone that have children and they're trying to go to school. And it's not that we don't assist them as well, but they may be looking at the certification program, which requires them to remain at home. The workshops are online, and the certification guarantees, once they receive the certification, it guarantees work, job placement.
Something, something
yes,
like an IBMC or something like that.
that
Oh,
is
name
correct.
drop,
That
sorry.
is correct.
We are not sponsored by IBMC. IBMC does not know I use their name. Please do not sue me.
Yes, so like I said, Google is our main source of workshops because those jobs are currently in demand. And all of the youngsters have a cell phone, they're computer savvy, they teach us and they Google of them because they're fast, they're creative, innovative minds, critical thinkers. And if we hang with young people, we will remain energized and young at heart. So I think that's why I love my purpose, because the youngsters do something for us older millenniums or baby boomers. Yes, yes, indeed.
Yeah, they do something for us, all right. But no, I'm joking. Both of my boys are in their 20s, so yeah, I trying to keep up with them is
yes, yes. And you know what? Hang in there. Try as best as possible to keep up with them. They can learn from us.
Oh
and
yeah.
We can also learn from them.
Yeah, I always think it was funny that my kids, I can tell who taught them when they were younger, because whenever I say something that I ask them a question that should be obvious, they think should be obvious, they get that same look that I used to give them. It's like, what or why are you asking me? They give me the exact same look, and I'm like going, oh man, I wish I wouldn't have taught them that look, because now I kind of feel so.
They emulate what they see.
Oh yeah.
They emulate what they hear.
And they do what they learn. So
that's right.
So, all right, Doc. Then in that case, why don't you give us a couple of examples of some kids, like the situations that they're in, that they come to you and ask you for help?
The young man that graduated this past month from Florida State University, when he came to us, he was introduced to us by one of my colleagues in the community. He graduated from my alma mater high school, and we do deal closely with the high school that I graduated from many, many years ago. But he came to us because he wanted to go. He wasn't living with his parents. He was living with his grandparents, and they could assist on a small scale. So when he came to us, I talked with him one-on-one. Smart individual. And he went through the application process. He was selected by the board of directors of the foundation, was interviewed and met the requirements and signed off on the agreement that we would be partners. That was all she wrote, because that young man never once came home from college. He remained at school in his dorm room, and he went to school year round. That was perseverance and dedication. And before he graduated, a corporation out of Houston, Texas, reached for him. That really makes you say to yourself and to the community, we're doing what we're supposed to be doing at this time in our lives.
Well, congratulations and great job. We are proud of you. And we join the foundation in supporting everything that you do, and from here on out. So the way that this is going to work, Doc, is Miss Somos here has wonderfully created this beautiful little flyer that you will be getting along with us, to where we're going to share this wonderful looking flyer with everybody. Let me get this out of here so you can see it. And if you order some wonderful wine, just one bottle right here. If you order some wonderful wine from that QR code right there, a portion of it goes to Marie Barney Boston Scholarship Foundation. It is summertime. We are having barbecues. We're having backyard events. We're having get-togethers, family reunions, weddings, all that fun stuff. So let's get some wines ordered, and let's really, this is a chance for us to really do some good and support some great causes. As you've heard, this is a wonderful, wonderful cause. You've got, this is our kids of the future, and there's, I've always, and I know I say this often, but, I've always been one of those people that I love my kids, yours, not so much, but the truth is that, you know what, we need to make sure that every kid has a chance. And Doc, that's one of the reasons why you are so important. Your foundation, your mother's foundation, why you guys are so important here is this is giving children a chance. And I want to, I want to pass on my undying love and respect to you, and thank you for everything that you're doing. Stephanie, can you please go on ahead and tell us about this flyer and tell us about the virtual event, please?
Absolutely. I just want to say, an education is something that nobody can take away from you. And I was blessed to be able to have gone through school. I did commute. I worked full time while I went. I did go year round. I took summers. I took the winter sessions. I did all the things. Yeah. And I was very grateful to be almost done with my master's degree when my first little one was born. So go to school, you guys. If you're watching this, go, get the resources together, go. So important. Just listening to you speak, it's so funny because I'll just share quickly. My husband and I are on completely opposite ends. I'm like this traditional, college school, and he's more on the vo-tech kind of side. He's more the handy guy, and we complement each other well. So, but school's so important. All right. Yeah. And I love everything that you're doing. It was really a pleasure to hear more about all that you have going on. If you want to just shop to support the foundation, the QR code is there on the left. You can shop for wines there. 10% of any purchase goes back to the foundation. In addition, for every $50 we raise collectively as a group through this event, I'm going to donate $25 personally. So share it around with your friends. If you heard from Brenda and you're like, wow, share it around. Doesn't cost anything to click the share button and share this broadcast around because they're doing some really incredible work. But maybe you want to dig in a little bit more, right? Join us on the virtual event. That's the QR code right there on the right. We are posting there all month long, different seasonal recipes, different pairings, things for the season. So if you want to dive in and take a deeper look into the different wines that we have on the website, check us out over there. And I'm available there for contact too if you need some recommendations. So that's a little bit about the QR codes. And what's really funny, Brenda, you mentioned Amazon Smile, and I feel like this is my cue to mention this. We just had a major website update with One Hope, and every shopper now can select a cause of choice with every single purchase. So let's say we don't have this event going on anymore next month. They can go on and actually select your foundation to give back to with every single purchase. So think about our wine club as like the Amazon Smile or Amazon Prime, those auto shipments for your wine club.
Yeah.
Or better yet, the community pay it forward.
Yes.
Right. Yes. So no, when you mentioned that, I said that's so funny because now you can set it and forget it, and your wine is going to give back to the foundation. So wanted to mention that too.
And so every time you get yourself one of these, another child will be going to school.
That's right.
Imagine that. And it's so wonderful how that works every time from now on. So this means you can go back to our very first month when we had Brian, and when we had the from Project Die Hard and the Avery Center, or after that we had John with the Martyred Angels and JR from the Veterans Ranch. Last month with the Lucas Project and Veterans Honoring Veterans. This month we've got Dr. Brenda Boston Hudson. Folks, not just this month, anytime.
Yes.
This means anytime now. It's a great deal, and we're so excited that that has happened. So, Doctor, let me ask you another question here before we move on to my favorite part, where I get to try one of the wines. And let me ask you, what do these kids need to do to find out if they qualify?
They can go to the website. That's www.mariebbsf.org. The requirements for undergraduate or graduate studies are on the website. The requirements for the certification is on the website. The application is electronic. It's on the website. Once it's completed, and the deadline is always May 31st of every year. You don't even have to think about it. It's May 31st of every year. They can start filling out that application January 1st and submit it up until that deadline of May 31st of every year. Application is electronic and come directly to the board of directors. Late August, the review process takes place. Once those applications are reviewed, selected, and approved by the board members, we reach out to those applicants. They become recipients at that point. We request from them a letter of acceptance from the college. They send that information to the board of directors, and a check will go to the financial department of that institution and will be dispersed.
That's just, it's wonderful, because like I said before, you know, we don't know what kids can do until they get to do it.
Right.
And this has really given these young men, and it really gives them a chance to prove what they can do. You know, this is one of those things that you go from being held back to given that hand that you need to move you forward. So, well, Doc, I want to thank you very much, and I encourage you, if you would like, to stick around and watch Tiffany's part here. She's going to talk about some of the wines. If you have to get running, you are more than welcome to leave at this point in time, but we would love to hear from you again. We've got your phone. People can give you a call just to talk about this and find out more, right?
Yes, they may. And I would like to thank you, Zach. You've certainly been a partner. I'm so happy to meet Stephanie, and I'm sure we will partner as well. Thank you guys so very, very much from the bottom of my heart.
Well, you know what, Doc? Coming from me, I couldn't do what we're doing without great people who do things like you do. And it's people like yourself that really make it worthwhile, knowing that someday there's going to be a kid that's going to get a chance to go to school that would not have had this opportunity because we helped.
That's right.
The Marie Barney Boston Scholarship Foundation. And that is a wonderful, wonderful feeling. So thank you for
I'm going to hang around for a while. I'm going to listen to Stephanie tell us about the wine. You know, by the way, on the end of the month, I think it's the 28th, and it's on the website already, we are having a ribbon cutting ceremony. We moved in March of this year from home base to an incubator, a business incubator where there's 35 businesses under the same roof. So the chamber giving us a ribbon cutting ceremony. This will be great for them. There's like 3,000 folks in the chamber here, and we're going to sell a lot of wine, Stephanie.
That sounds great. So, well, that absolutely sounds fantastic. Let me ask you this, Doc. If you can get somebody to record that for you, we'd love to see it, and we'd love to share that with some of the people who can't make it.
Absolutely.
So that's a very important
thing. It will be
thing.
streamed, so we'll certainly record it for you.
Well, that's fantastic. So again, thank you for everything you do. Stick around for a couple minutes. We'd love to make sure that you get the last word in the segment. So, all right, Stephanie, Goddess of the Grape, you're up.
So much passion. How do I follow that? This is so hard to follow. Oh my goodness.
You've got to help me here. How exactly do you say, is it Pinot Noir?
Pinot Noir.
Okay.
You had the Frizzante in your hand though before. Make sure if you're opening that, it's going to be chilled. You want to chill that one, that bubbly.
Okay.
You're opening the Pinot Noir.
That'll be the 15th that we're doing that one. The Pinot Noir is today.
Okay.
So you want to give us a little bit about that one, please?
Yeah, no, actually, I sampled that last night. I had a really refreshing salad at dinner and had some chilled Pinot Noir. That one's really light, really light. You know, I'm curious what your feedback is going to be on it because I know you tend to like really sweet. It isn't super dry. It's actually a really great wine for a sangria this time of year, though. So if you're somebody who likes a little bit more sweetness, like Zach, putting it into a sangria, chilling it with your favorite fruits overnight, where the fruits are really going to soak up the wine. I love the way the berries taste when it's chilled.
Yes.
I'll be honest, I didn't know that you could chill any red wine when I first started with One Hope. I'm just a mom that enjoys a glass of wine. I'm not a wine sommelier or any of that, right? So when our head winemaker, Mari, mentioned, you know, Pinot Noir is great chilled. So this time of year, I said, want to try it that way. And the tasting profile is a little bit different for me when it's room temp versus when it's cold. So if you haven't tried it one way or the other, I encourage you to see which way you like best. What do you think, Zach?
I actually really like it, and I am really, really glad that it was Sarah that I had to ask, am I supposed to chill it? And she goes, you can drink it either way. And I said, which way does it taste better? And she goes, chill.
Good job, Sarah. Yes.
I can most definitely tell you that if I had the fresh fruit to put in this, I really, really like this one. The description has notes of ripe raspberries, dark cherry, and hint of cinnamon.
Don't you love how you could just read off the bottle, Zach? Like you could do my job.
That is great. You know, me being able to read is a good thing, you know. I mean, so, but you know, I really, really, really do taste dark cherry in this. And the funny thing about it is that I love dark cherry. I drink dark cherry all the time, and even my waters, I've got dark cherry, stuff like that. So, you know, but yes, I would actually have to go so far as to say, of all the wines that you've generously sent me, this is probably my favorite.
Yes. So, oh, that's so exciting. I love that Pinot Noir. It's delicious. And Sarah also mentioned that watermelon or strawberries are really nice with that wine chilled. So maybe, you know, if you don't get through that bottle today, Zach, you know, something to think about to chill for tomorrow or the day after.
Yeah, I might have to get another one because I do kind of like this. So I might have to get another bottle here sooner or later, maybe help Doc make a couple bucks, you know, so.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And hey, Doc, you need anything for that ceremony from me, I'm happy to create something for you, you know, that you can easily share.
I was going to ask, how many choices of wines do One Hope has?
We have different collections. There's probably more than 50 wines on the website right now.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a good good variety, and different price points for different palettes too. We have some really exciting new releases. I talked about the Bloom collection the last time we were live, which is a brand new Rosé, Pinot Noir, and Sauvignon Blanc. And at the time when I was presenting them, I hadn't tasted the Pinot or the Sauv Blanc. So I said that. It was the rule, to share. But I have since then delicious light. I think there's like 2% of Muscat grape mixed into those varietals. So you get that little hint of sweetness for summer too. Like really great, light, refreshing wine for summer. So I wanted to share that. Yeah. Lots of choices for any kind of wine lover, from a novice to, to those who have experienced Napa. We can kind of, and everywhere in between. You don't have to know anything about wine to really enjoy a glass with us. So,
Doc, they've also got this wonderful program where they've got little bottles for people to sample. They've got little,
nice.
So there, One Hope Wines has so many things for so many different types of wine connoisseurs, shall we say? Oh, I used a big word.
Exactly.
It's brain juice.
Yeah.
So, but there's so many different things for people to try these wines. Stephanie, tell us about the wine club.
Yeah, sure. As you mentioned, the flights, great option. 4 of our best-selling wines with those flights. If you're a first-time customer, if you're a first-time supporter of the foundation, you can get our sparkling brut. I actually have a mini bottle here that I can show you. We have our little sparkling brut. It is a little mini. These are great for favors too, for events. You get our Chardonnay, our Pinot Noir, which Zach is drinking, and our wine club. I love sharing about wine club. I always say it's the second best thing that we have on the website because there's no cost to join. All people who are familiar with Napa Valley and wine from Napa, they're like, well, how much does it cost to join your wine club? It's free. You save on the first shipment. It's free. There's no cost. And what's really great is that the supporters can just select you as the cause right from the beginning, and boom, going forward, any wine club shipments will be your cause. So how wine club works is you get to select the frequency of shipments. It could be monthly, every other month, quarterly, your choice. And you get to build your own box with the wines that you really enjoy. So if you love red, white, rosé, bubbly, whatever it is, or maybe you like them all, like some of us, you can put whatever you'd like in your box, and free shipping. You get access exclusives, and you earn wine rewards on your purchase too, which really means you have points towards free wine going forward. So a really fun way to give back even more while you sip throughout the year. And gift. I love it too for gifts. My school, we had another year of cyber. My kids' teachers definitely got a nice box of wine at the end of the year because they were so patient, and we had a really, really great school year. So it's great for gifting too, and you get those perks with those orders as well if you need to place them. So the free shipping, the rewards, and the wine credits all are applied for any gifts that you want to send out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of gifts, you guys have a special package, bottle package that you can do things with the bottles to commemorate an event, like maybe an upcoming ribbon cutting.
Right. So I love that you prompted me for that. Great.
It's almost like I know what I'm doing.
We have shimmer bottles, right? This one's a silver one that says cheers to you. We have the ability to customize these with logos, slogans for certain events and things. So I don't know if you can see right here, but this one says cheers to you, but we can customize these. So we have them in silver, gold, and our newest color. This one has a label on it, but our newest color is pink. So we do have these. It's great for marketing also, you know, realtors really love putting their branding on these. So that's a lot of fun. And I figured I'd show because it says One Hope on the side, but we can actually etch into these too. I want to talk Christmas in July.
Yes.
Because there's the extra savings right now that they just dropped, which is crazy. But you can support Brenda's foundation, right? As long as you have 12 gifts or more, you can get bulk discount in the month of July too, with any gifts. So we have custom crates as well, depending on what you're looking for. And what just launched is, I don't have the exact labels. I'm going to be posting this on the event page, but with our Cabernet and our Chardonnay, we have 5 different templates of customizable labels now, which is really cool. And we can do that just with a case of wine, just one case. And we can customize labels for an event. So
Nice.
that's cool too. And all of these things that I mentioned apply with the Christmas in July additional discount, and the donation still being made too. So Chardonnay and Cabernet for the labels right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Zach.
Hey, well, thank you, because as always, I mean, you just make this so easy. Whoa, what is going on there? That's not a good look, but
I think the computer is as excited as we are.
Yeah, I think the computer is going, you know, it's extremely hot and you want me to work. What are you doing? So once again, we have our QR codes here. The one that you see down towards the bottom is the Marie Barney Boston Scholarship Foundation. Use that one. You open it up and it takes you to a menu of the wines, and you can look around and browse and you know, do they have the pairing notes or everything in there so they can kind of know what they're looking at?
Absolutely. On the website, it goes through tasting notes for every single wine. All you have to do is click on it. It'll open up a page with just that wine, all the details, sweet, you know, sweetness, body, light through, you know, full, all of that. And also some pairing suggestions are listed there too. So that kind of gets people thinking, you know, are they going to be eating more meat, more fish, things like that?
Yeah.
There's some pairing suggestions there too. So yeah. And the virtual event page is a great place to reach out. If you do have questions about anything that we shared today, you can reach out to me there. I'm always posting on the page. If anybody needs recommendations on wines or has a question about gifts or we can certainly connect and make sure that it's giving back to the foundation.
Fantastic. I love it.
And folks, I encourage you to follow Stephanie on Facebook, because the Marie Barney Boston Scholarship Foundation, we hope that that you follow what we're doing, and we hope that you purchase a wine here. But this isn't the only thing that Stephanie does. Stephanie has many other events that she takes and supports. So let's also support her on some of the other things that she does. I like to make sure that we give them a little bit of a shout out, because having Dr. Brenda here is a great honor of mine. But the truth is that Dr. Brenda knows that we also care about everybody. So make sure that you spread the love, you know, take and buy 5 bills for Dr. Brenda and then 1 for somebody else. That's it. No, I'm joking. Buy as many as you can, you know, but please do drink responsibly. Stephanie, why don't you do me a favor and give us the information about the wonderful winemakers that you have?
Yeah, sure. So I'll give you a little bit of a background on One Hope. So we are a cause-centered winery out of Napa Valley. To date, we've donated over $8.2 million locally and globally, and to over 32,000 different nonprofits, which is kind of cool. Yeah. So how we do that is first through our One Hope Foundation. Our main pillars of giving are for clean water, ending hunger, health, and education initiatives. So see, education's in there, you guys. We've actually built schools with pencils of promise. I don't know if you're familiar with the foundation, Brenda, to provide education. So similar initiatives here, you know, all around. Yeah. Some of the most incredible winemakers in the industry. You might be familiar with the Mondavi name, Robert Mondavi Jr. The grandson is actually one of our winemakers. Our winery is actually right next door to the Mondavi Vineyard in the heart of Napa. So if you're ever in that area, we're right there, right next door. Tony Coltrane, who came from Opus One, and our head winemaker, Mari Wells Coyle, who is just incredible. When you hear her speak about wine, she can take you on like a journey with how she explains it. So I often use her language and her notes when I explain wine, because she can just take you to another place, and it's like an experience in itself to drink that glass of wine. So we are a private wine label. Our winemakers do make our wine. We may source grapes from different areas. However, from the grape to your glass, our winemakers are involved in that. So we're not sourcing from other companies or anything like that. And our wine is award winning. So we're really proud that we have more than 5 90+ point rated wines in our portfolio, and at a price for any table under $25. And what's really convenient is that no matter where you are, you don't have to be in Brenda's area. We ship across the US in 3 to 5 business days. So you can support this organization from anywhere in the US. We ship to 46 states. The last few is just because they have delivery laws with alcohol. We're working on that. We're adding them slowly. So really, let's step and make a big impact for this cause, because education is really everything. This is our next generation coming up. So really, really important.
Well, again, I think that this is, like I said, I was so excited when I reached out to you, Doc, and you accepted this help. You were one of them. I really wanted to get out there, and we know that the school year just ended, but this is a great way to start making sure that we've got, that you've got that money to start up, send some kids this upcoming school year. You need support. How once again, if you can just let us know, how do people reach out to you?
Well, you can put that number up there again, along with the website. There you go. 845-323-3725 is my personal cell. I pick it up all the time. Or you can go on the website, www.mariebsf.org. You can contact me through the website as well. My email address is B for Brenda, Boston, BOSTON, HUD at MARIEBBSF.org.
Well, Doc, I want to thank you so much for joining us tonight. I want to thank your husband for joining us, even though he didn't mean to. But we'd like to make sure that he does join us sometime. I'd love to meet him. So and then we ask that you join us again. We're going to be meeting again on is it the 15th, Stephanie? Is that
14th or 15th? We were kind of deciding. We were going to pre-record, I think, for that one.
But we're going to be, we'll be releasing it right around the halfway mark, but that way we can tell people a little bit about how things are going and tell the story of you again, and because we want to make sure that people keep going on this, and now it's even so much more important, because now this could be a donation for the rest of their lives every time that they order wine. So this is so great. So, but Doc, I appreciate you joining us again. Thank you for doing this, and we look forward to talking.
And likewise, guys. Steph, you gonna send me that flyer?
Absolutely. I will reach out to you via email, and I'll get you whatever you need for your ceremony. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see the footage.
So am I, guys. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Doc. You have a great day, and thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon.
Very good. Thank you. Bye now.
Goodbye. Well, Stephanie, I'm just going to say that I think that we've got a winner of a cause there. As I mentioned before, there's really no matter of fact, we had to get rid of half of it. Me getting rid of cake, that's, I should be flogged. But anyway, we want to thank Stephanie so much, and I'll thank her, of course, personally when I bring up. But we want to thank her so much for the great gift. It was wonderful. I also want to thank everybody who came to the wedding. It means a lot to us. We met a lot of new people. Adrian knew some, I knew some, but neither one of us knew everybody. So the neat thing. So, but we are going to go on ahead and bring on Stephanie now. And hello, Stephanie. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I think congratulations is in Zach. My goodness.
Yeah, I didn't buy a car. It's just a wedding. I didn't buy a car. Oh,
no, but huge congratulations to you both. And I'm so glad that we're together here doing this so quickly after your wedding for our August campaign to support these incredible organizations.
Yes. It truly is. And it was great because these are two organizations that they both we've done things with veterans and we've done things with caregivers, and now we get to do it again because they both really try to take care of both of those. We've got Alyssa, and she's got Nancy's house, and you. Hello, Alyssa. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing well, Zach. Thank you for having me on. And Stephanie, so nice to meet you. I've never met a goddess before. So.
That's just a fun nickname that Zach kind of came up with, going with it. So nice.
And then we've also got joining us tonight the great Shane Hicks from Reboot VA. How's it going, Shane?
Fantastic. Thank you guys for having me.
So we are so proud to have you guys here because we believe in everything that you guys are doing. And once again, the greatest thing about all this is you guys make a purchase, and Shane is now a mission partner. So you community pay it forward partner. They get part of the proceeds from that. So please remember to go to communitypayitforward.us, find one of our partners, and make sure that you support Shane. And hopefully within the next week or so, we're going to have Alyssa in there too. So we're working on that deal real hard. So, but for now, we're going to be talking about the great work that One Hope Wines is doing. Stephanie, why don't you go on ahead and lead us into an introduction of what we've got going on? We'll share our screen as you're talking.
Well, I will kick us off with the wines stuff I sent you in a little bit because I do want to hear from the organizations first. But if you're watching us for the first time, my name is Stephanie Simone. I'm a cause entrepreneur with One Hope Wine. We are an award-winning Napa Valley winery that gives back with every single bottle of wine. So what I do is I specialize in fundraising, gifting, private wine events, and wine delivery. And I'm so excited to be here. Zach and I are a great pair. We're always teaming up every single month to support different nonprofit organizations. And I really cannot wait to hear from Reboot VA and Nancy's House. As always, if we raise collectively $50 for the organization, I am personally going to donate $25 direct to their website. So let's link arms and raise some money for these incredible organizations, because for every $50 that we raise together, I'm going to go ahead and make an additional donation. But thank you for that, Zach, and that shareable. So we have a virtual event going on Facebook. That's the first QR code that you see there. Join us there. We share about different wines, different fun recipe pairings, specials that are going on, all the things. So, and we encourage you guys to share some, some recipes and pairings there as well. That second QR code is for Nancy's House. So if you take out your phone on your camera and you hold it up to that QR code, it will take you directly to the One Hope fundraising page for Nancy's House. And last but not least, Reboot VA, same thing with the QR code on the bottom. And if for some reason you're picking up more than one QR code, the actual event links are listed right there on the bottom as well.
The event links are also on the virtual event page, so all you have to do is go there and you can find those there. Please do also remember that the Marie Barney Boston Foundation is not just gone away. You can always raise money for them anytime that you make a purchase. As for like right now, from this moment on, anytime that you make a purchase of One Hope wines, you can donate to Nancy's House. One of the great things that Stephanie brings to us, one of the great things that One Hope Wines has started, that now these two are in the One Hope Wine fundraising program at all times. So, but Stephanie, that was a wonderful job. I want to thank you very much again for everything that you do. But I think you're right. I think it's time that we bring up and start talking to Alyssa. Alyssa, tell us a little bit about Nancy's House, please.
Nancy's House is a nonprofit organization that serves family caregivers. We are a one-of-a-kind program in the country, and we break the isolation and exhaustion that can come with caregiving. Everybody has some kind of connection to caregiving, whether it's being a caregiver, needing a caregiver, or somebody they love pay the price of being a caregiver to somebody else, which is everybody. And in my own experience, the reason that I founded Nancy's House and then discovered that I had who had some significant learning differences and got very involved in taking care of him and his education. And then on top of that, my mother-in-law became very ill very quickly, and we needed to deal with a lot of that stuff. And in the midst of all of this, I developed chronic lymphocytic leukemia, which is an immune system cancer. And one of the things that we are finding is that there's diabetes and all kinds of things. So I'm a is one out of 4 people country as a caregiver. You're the and exhaustion that with caregiving. We bring caregivers to us. We teach them self-care skills. We have yoga class, meditation classes, and stress management classes. But the biggest thing that we have is time for care. I can't tell you how often I hear, I thought I was alone. I am so glad I have people who understand what I'm going through. And so the 3-day retreats, one-day retreats, well, we did pre-COVID. We're working on getting those back. We have monthly online workshops. We support groups F6 to attend. They're always wonderful, jam-packed. We have lots of information going. And I could go on for a very long time, but I don't think, Zach, you want me to. So thank you very much for this opportunity. Oh, one last thing is we rely on donors to be able to provide those services for our caregivers. Caregivers are financially strapped, not just physically and emotionally. And so that's why I am so grateful for this opportunity to let people know that they can donate to support family caregivers in a unique program.
Recently, the founder of the Lucas Foundation, which and she does nice little care packages for caregivers. Her son is on the severe spectrum of the autism, and she's one of these caregivers that you can tell in every post that she puts out there how much she loves her son, but how much that how hard it is for even a parent. And our own Stephanie, she's got a child with special needs as well. So and as I discussed with you, I've grown up with my parents being caregivers of people with adults with mental disabilities. So there's something very special to everybody that's on this show right now about what you do, and it's such a wonderful program. Can you tell us when you started this, and you were a nurse as well, or don't you have
I'm a
some
psychologist.
Oh, psychologist, that's right.
Right. So Nancy's House was founded in 2006. We've been running programs since 2009. So.
And where is the house located?
Well, right now we're a program, not a place. So what that means is we use facilities that meet my standards for what we need, and they're pretty high. But we're mainly centered around the Philadelphia region, but we're not locked in there. We've gone up to North Jersey. We've gone down to Raleigh. We've done a number of programs in Ocean City, Maryland. Because we're not supporting a house right now, we'll be a little more flexible if people want to reach out to their particular population in a.
Well, Stephanie, I almost feel like I ought to just walk away from this conversation and let you have it, since you're in that area. So
I have so much that I would love to talk to you about right now, but we'll hold it for this call. But okay. Yeah, I think what you are doing is really incredible. It hits home for me, the fact that you're offering these services, workshops, support groups. Just speaking even for myself, and I'll share very quickly, but we dove into crazy medical situation about 6.5 years ago. And truthfully, and I don't think I shared this with you, Zach, but when I found One Hope, 2.5 years ago, this was the community for me to be able to give back and raise awareness and have a support group. So I absolutely love what you're doing with the retreats. I can't wait to hear more about all of this, and we need to connect for sure after the call, because I'm in the northern Pocono area, so we're pretty close, Nancy.
We can do that. We can do that.
So awesome. Thank you,
Thank
Zach,
you.
for bringing her on. I'm so excited.
Well, like I
friendships.
said, I think it's absolutely fantastic. Shane, she mentioned veterans in this as well. So I think that this is something that, and please, if you have any questions, feel free to ask as well. We would love to get the veteran side of it because I know that you went through a time where you depended on family to help you get through some stuff. We'll be talking about that a little bit more. What are you seeing? Where is the biggest need right now when it comes to caregiving? What something uh, people maybe don't understand, and the reason why you're doing what you're doing is so important. What that you can tell somebody that hey, they need to really realize this. Oh,
Who are you speaking on this?
that was Alyssa.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were asking Shane.
No, not yet. I'll get to Shane in a
Okay.
minute.
Yeah,
So-
I don't do caregiving, so that wouldn't be a good answer for me.
So in terms of vets and who we serve, we actually have a program that's coming up in September with the Colonial Chapter of Paralyzed Vets of America. They have an annual retreat and there will be a whole day program going on for their members. And they've asked us to do a full day program for the care partners of their members. So that's that particular workshop we call Holding On and Letting Go. And it's really helping them to identify the negative things that we tend to hold on to that aren't very, very helpful. And then we don't hold on to the positive ones that we really need. And so this is a whole day of shifting that focus. And it's using movement and dance and tile making. So using the arts to help people discover what they want to hold on to and what they want to remember. We have them create a touchstone so that they have a souvenirs that they need to hold in their caregiving journey. So that's one of the pieces that we do with vets. We also serve a lot of the spouses of vets who are succumbing to illnesses related to their service, like ALS and MS. And we have 3-day retreats for them and helping them to take care of themselves while they are taking care of someone else. One of our videos that's on our website is a woman who took care of her husband who had ALS. And she said one of the most important things I learned was how to live while someone else is dying. She said that's almost taboo. And I think that's her words, helping people come back to themselves, not only for getting through this journey, so that their journey ends.
I would, if you do not mind, I would like to share the opening video of your website, if you don't mind, because I think that I truly do love this video because of the emphasis on one thing. You and I, once again, we talked about this in our conversation. She mentioned something that is so, as a non-caregiver, something that really we take for granted, and that's the word sleep. So if you don't mind, I would love to share this video.
That would be great. Thank you.
All right, well, let me try to get this up here and not mess it up, which, you know, it is me, so it is kind of difficult, but you can house.org. So just check out this video. It's only about 1 minute and 29 seconds, but once again, I think this video is so well put together.
Hit our family. I've become a faux nurse. I didn't know what resources were out there. I sprained body parts. I was exhausted. Sleep was a joke. It was pure chaos. My name is Jennifer Tolan, and I'm speaking on behalf of Nancy's House and family caregivers across the country. Quiet and peace are more important, I think, than people realize. Everything about arriving to Nancy's house put the pause on all the chaos. There are over 65 million caregivers in the U.S. today. That's more than 1 out of every 4 people. They provide over $400 billion worth of medical and personal care for their loved ones at tremendous detriment to their own physical, emotional, and financial well-being. Nancy's house put sleep, therapy, food, friendships, resources, just everything together in this box that becomes a 3-day, 2-night retreat of life. Amazing staff, and then a family of caregivers that continually reinforce you throughout the rest of your time after you leave Nancy's house to say it's okay. Keep doing to learn what is being applied, what really works. They teach you how to take care of yourself back home, to really live. That's something that's almost taboo, to live while someone else is dying. It was like nothing I could have imagined, and something that every single caregiver needs and deserves.
I again, like I was saying earlier, that is just such a oh, you get to see my baseball trick plays there, so baseball fan. That video was so empowering just because of the message in it. And I truly think it, as you heard her say, when she said the word.
One of the first things that I tell things that are mandatory. They must eat and they must sleep. If through breakfast that first day, that's okay. If I don't see them by lunchtime, I'll come knock on their door to make sure they're okay. We had a guest at one of the more recent retreats that we went who said, did you really mean that that's all I need to do? I was like, yeah. She said, I'm taking you up on that. We saw her for her meals and that was it. And she would go back to her room. She would nap. She would read. She would sleep, but that's what she needed. Caregivers are exhausted, and the physical toll that takes of just being exhausted, of not sleeping, is huge. It's huge. So yes, first and foremost, eat, sleep. Third on the list, connection with this amazing community of people who walk the same. So
it is kind of been somebody that Shane, you and I suffered similar injuries. We had that conversation, so it's kind of being able to talk the same language, wasn't it?
Having people who really understand, where you don't have to guard what you're seeing or worry about being judged. People who really get the depth and intensity of this. It's invaluable.
So Alyssa, how do people get a hold of you?
Well, on our website is an easy way at nancys-house.org. You just put up an email that people can certainly use, or you can put Alyssa at nancys-house.org if you want to reach me directly. We have a phone number, 215-885-0753. Any of those will work. We have a Facebook page. We're on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. So any place where you are, we're probably there too. Look for Nancy's House Respite, Nancy's House Caring for Caregivers. You'll find us.
Well, I encourage you to stick around a little bit more. We're going to probably have some more questions for you, but I want to thank you very much. This was a late edition. We had the opening space, and I was rushing to try to find somebody, and I really wanted to get you on here as quick as possible because
I'm so glad you thought of us. Thank you so much.
Well, you know what? Like I said, your story, what you do, is so important to, I think, what Stephanie and I have started here, because we do understand the suffers, the trials, the tribulations that people go through, and we don't want to see it minimized. We want to see it grow. Just once again, thank you so much for joining us, and please stick around. We're going to be asking Shane some questions, and I encourage you, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask away. So, but thank you for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Mr. Hicks, how are you doing, my friend?
How about yourself?
You know what? I'm doing really, really well. You and I, we did have a conversation. You and I both suffered with TBI, how we both have the constant headaches, the attitude issues at times, and other things. Yours, of course, came a lot different than mine. Can you please tell us your story?
Sure. So I graduated from the United States Military Academy at West Point very early on in my military career in hand-to-hand combat training. I sustained a blow to the head that tore both my retina, gave me a concussion, and traumatic brain injury. 3 surgeries. The Army informed me, my unemployed military spouse, and our new $200,000 mortgage we had taken on because we thought that's where we were going to. The Army said they were kicking me out. Benefits? No, nothing. Thank you for your service. And it took 1 full year. 2 veteran service organizations, Disabled American Vets and the Texas Veterans Commission, and an attorney on retainer to fight the Army and eventually win medical retirement. And once that happened, with my reduced capacity, we had to figure out what my wife was now going to have to step up and do and how we were going to move forward after that.
You guys, you started Reboot the VA because you saw, well, things just aren't right. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, so our focus with Reboot VA, and the VA actually stands for Veterans Assistance, but our focus is helping veterans supporting family members, i.e., unemployed military spouses, with the ability to grow businesses through networking. Because one thing that I found with, as you mentioned earlier, my disabilities, some of the uncontrolled mood shifts, things like that, I wasn't able to go work for someone. I wasn't able to be in an uncontrolled environment. And so I ended up having to be entrepreneurial, finding things that we could do ourselves. And we became successful through networking groups. So the focus of my nonprofit is to provide veterans now with things we didn't have back then. Mentoring and coaching and a hand up with other businesses that have a heart for helping veterans and understand them and understand what they're through and are willing to work to help their businesses grow.
To participate in your groups.
That is correct. We have businesses in our networking groups that simply state that they have a heart for helping veterans. So it doesn't mean they're a veteran-owned business. I mean they want to employ or mentor veterans, but they do have potentially a product or service to provide to the network that they can use also to support our veterans. And then what our nonprofit does is, so Reboot VA has a partnership with large networking organizations. One BNI, the other one is called Master Networks. So our nonprofit side funds a 1-year program for our veterans. So we start out by providing 5 classes to assist them with a subject matter expert in accounting, another in finance, another in insurance, another in advertising and marketing, and another in business services, which includes legal and business formation. And once we've got them set up there, we provide another 5 classes in how to build and grow for 40 plus member networking master networks to chapters that are veteran centric with our focus and coaching. And the nonprofit funds all of that for veterans in need. If they're financially hurting and need to hand up, we fund their entire first year.
I'd like to all partner. I know what I'm saying. I honestly, I do. I do this for a living. You can make a purchase with any of our partners, and you can help support this wonderful cause and help support these companies who give back to our heroes. We have talked a lot about the stresses of the mental stresses of individuals in and out of. This is a ridiculous question, and I put on you personally. How much stress did that put on your family?
If you would like to hear it in a
Okay, I am very, very sorry about this. Looks like we had a problem. Did you guys gist of what they were talking about? You had once again some great people on there. We do want to one last time tell you that Nancy's house, who we just had on there speaking to you, Alyssa from Nancy's house is having a program next week. They've got an 8-day program, I believe. Oh, excuse me. And they have 5 available. If you want to contact her, please do. If you need to contact us, 970-909-0751. Please remember, for everyone that you saw tonight is great, great mission. Everyone you saw on Wednesday night is a great, great mission. We just want to make sure that you understand that now, from this point forward, anytime you get a hold of dear friend Stephanie Samos, the goddess of the grape, using her LinkTree, you can donate back to any of these missions that we've talked about for the past 2 podcasts. Any of them, with the purchase of One Hope Wine. We want to thank everyone who's come on and talked to us. We want to of this One Hope Wine Community Pay It Forward mission. We want to thank you for all of your purchases, and please consider making more purchases of your wines and supporting these great causes. I want to thank you for considering making Community Pay It Forward partners the only way that you shop, because they are going to give to the missions that you choose. You choose to support. Please go to communitypayitforward.us, communitypayitforward.us. Click the little tab that says verified partners. You go onto that, you choose people to do business with, and you choose with, they will donate in your name to the mission partner of your choice. You'll see a QR code right there on the missions, on most of the missions. You can download them to your phone, and you support one mission, you can support them all. When you create your honey-do list this weekend, remember, by simply shopping, you can make a difference in someone's life. Nobody has to go it alone, folks, because when we all come together, we can change the world. If you're not helping someone, you're hurting everyone. My name is Zach Clayton. I ask you to please love someone out there, because someone out here loves you. Give us a call, 970-909-0751, 970-909-0751. Once again, please remember, no one needs to go alone when we all come together. I will talk to you again on Wednesday. If you have any questions, 970-909-0751. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. Please be safe out there, because, we kind of like having you around. Oh, by the way, one last thing. Stay tuned for the Rev. He's right now